messed up.
टेल मी वन थिंग बट तुम लोग के टाइम पे करियर लॉन्चर था क्या, मतलब ट्यूशन के टाइम पे या
I've
टेस्ट?
heard of it. I've heard of it कि career launcher करके कुछ था. वैसे
That
नाम
is
से
because you researched about the company. That's
No रे, I used to know about it पहले भी कि there's something known as career launcher, but never ऐसे.
Did you launch your career through it?
While reading it, that's why I thought that it's a very 80s and 90s thing. Like 80s and 90s kids would know career launcher because हमारे time पे, yeah, unfortunately I know it because I was in that zone where MBA prep considering, and then they were like, oh, you should go to career launcher, and I'm like, okay. But obviously people will be like, oh, go to Byju's or go to like an academy or whatever.
Yeah.
No one will say
3 out
career
of
launcher.
4 have their career launched by repeating
Oh, so
and not
yeah.
career launched.
Yay. We are the career launchers. बस 400 करोड़ का मार्केट कैप दे दो, सब बेच बाच के पार्टी करेंगे।
Yes.
400 करोड़ बस।
देखो कितना चाहिए, 400 करोड़ जाएगा ना अपने बीच में, और क्या चाहिए?
माल्या का बंगलो
कर देगा।
400 करोड़ बहुत कम हो गया है।
400 करोड़ तो सागर अकेला कर लेगा।
क्या उड़ाएगा?
कमा लेगा।
You will fund that much. 400 करोड़।
Minimum 1,000 crores minimum.
Yeah, easy.
You were there क्या when we were all of
Also क्या 80 आने वाला है? You forgot Ayush out of the mix.
Oh. भाई फिर सागर एंड आयुष विल टेक 100 अपने को बाकी का मिलेगा।
स्पेशल क्लिप करके आयुष को भेजा जाएगा।
वो आएगा ही नहीं वापस, वो बोलेगा चल अपना 100 करोड़ तो बन गया, वापस आना ही नहीं है अभी।
लेके सबको प्लान बता दे।
Anyway, so career launcher. Welcome to the Rupeeting Podcast.
Yes.
I'm Sagar.
I'm Naman.
I'm Tejas.
Lakshya.
बोलने तो
Okay, none of this is to be taken as investment advice. It's all fun and games and some education and some knowledge. For investment advice, there are other places.
Yes.
Over to Naman. No, you can't say that.
What can I not say?
No, Laksh. You can't say.
सीधा WhatsApp group.
इधर एक तो इंट्रो होता है अच्छा खासा, ये बोलता है सीधा WhatsApp group.
Yes, Naman, start.
Okay. So, how to start?
Okay, so, अच्छा ठीक है. How many of you all have taken MBA prep?
Nope.
No.
The wrong target audience.
Not MBA prep, but some kind of tuition for
Any entrance exam. Any entrance exam.
BBA I've done.
Did you have an entrance test?
Yeah.
Which one?
Simbi ka entrance test.
Snap.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. And how did you score on it? Oh, badly, because you didn't go to Simbi. Next question.
Nice.
I scored very well, but I wanted to come to Bombay. That's why I didn't choose Simbi.
Sure. Yeah,
Even
sure.
actually, Simbi का मैंने भी दिया था for BBA, and I had a rank. No, I had rank 157, and they had only 100 students or something like that. So
It's like even the best minds don't catch him.
And then I gave NMIMS, and it was like the inaugural year for NMIMS at that time. So that exam I got rank 33 in my written test. There were like 60 students, so I was through anyway, and 33. And then after the interview, I got rank 17. So my
Better than the
Now the greatest mind of speaking. Like, any comments?
No, I'm good.
No, but the mool question was, did you for your snap go to a coaching
Yes,
center?
IMS.
Oh, damn, even I went to IMS Pro School.
It's the biggest
My
camera.
sister was in IMS. but not for competitive exams. She was doing her financial modeling or planning, some course from IMS only.
Was that worse than the one you're going to?
Oh, no, that was nice.
Okay.
Because she did not spend 30K on that.
Yeah.
And 16 weeks.
Bro, I think we should cut this part because
Yeah.
But we didn't take the name. So,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Anyway, so
Nama's pretty famous.
Sagar, did you join any classes?
yeah,
For
I'd gone to
financial-
IMS for no for test prep. So I'd gone to IMS for BBA test prep, and then IMS also for like a stupid this thing aptitude test and whatever.
So IMS is there from your generation.
Your generation, what do you mean? Is he bide?
Sagar just said.
Atmaram tukaram bide.
I just
Sagar
wanted
ठीक है याद रखेगा भैया.
That's fine. Now we are.
Astral के time पे सागर, Astral के time पे.
You know why I didn't take CFA classes?
No,
Because there were no CFA classes at that time.
Oh damn. Oh,
And
I have
yet
another
he-
cheap. I have another cheap joke. It's okay.
Go ahead.
Let me. Sorry, we are one all.
So anyway, so the most popular, or at least, or 35% market share in MBA prep is Career Launcher.
Career Launcher, CL Educate.
Oh, I didn't know
Just
that.
listed as CL
That's the,
Educate, yeah.
I didn't know that's the full form of CL Educator.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
started. You really didn't know?
I really
No,
didn't
even
know
I didn't know.
career launch.
Yeah, they were Career Launcher and then they became CL Educate.
It was famous by the name Career Launch only, no? CL Educate came later.
Yeah. So they have like good records on this thing. How many people get called for MBA, and then how many like score 100 percentile? Because I think that's non-negotiable if you want to get into IIM, right? So
Yeah.
100 percentile.
Yeah.
100 percentile. Yeah, you need 99 percentile plus if you want to get into the good IIMs.
And college.
No, in any
So,
IIM. 99 is the minimum for any IIM.
नहीं ABC में लगता है उतना.
आजकल इंदौर में भी लगता है. Indore is also pretty good as well these days.
No idea.
Yeah.
ABC and then XLRI something. Delhi का जो.
XLRI, JPIMS, XLRI is
हाँ.
Bombay.
Bombay, yeah.
No, it's in Delhi also, ना?
दिल्ली में होगा दूसरा ब्रांच, but original तो बॉम्बे में.
And SP Jain also.
Yeah. SP Jain, JPIMS. But anyway, so Career Launcher is also. Chal, guess what else? Naman, you can't guess. You know the answer. This is for Tejas and Laksh.
No, it's
Guess which other.
Tejas has read the blog.
Oh, they've read the blog.
Yeah. Tejas
It's
has,
okay,
Laksh has not.
Even
Like
I
Lux.
you shut up.
Okay. Forget it. They have a 30-35% market share in law entrance as well.
Which other?
Chal, we'll do one thing. You name the law entrance exams. I'm sure you've read the blog, but you don't remember this.
CLAT.
Flat, CLAT, flat.
Oh shit, I keep forgetting that your girlfriend is in law.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's dating lawyers or what here? Very nice.
Only
Just to be on the
Naman is
safer
odd
side.
one out.
I'm left.
If you know what I mean.
His chick is in finance.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's a good combination of finance plus law.
Yeah. One earns from the start, the other earns later.
Compounding.
When the first one burns out, the other one starts earning.
We go for the compounding game or the valuation game.
Yeah.
Or a cash in those ESOPs.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically, Career Launcher. Now, the good part is like it's in the same space, right? Like it does all these coaching centers and all. It's also got like a platform for virtual learning, and you can take classes
Yeah.
online and whatever. So basically, it's like the same as others in the clan. But Like
but
there
it's
is a
working
large
like
size differential and valuation
yeah.
differential, which is now over to you, Naman. Thank you.
Naman's expertise.
But unlike the other ed tech industry players which were working on the whole online model, like they were having major online classes. CL Educate was big on the offline teaching centers. So currently, CL Educate has around 170 online centers all over India, and it is also planning to expand it to around 500 centers over a period of how many years?
Next
Next
Two and a
three
half
two
to
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 three.
five years.
over the next 2 to 3 years. So unlike the other industry players, CL Educated like now that major edtech giants are moving to offline studies, CL Educate was already doing a lot in that segment.
So
Yeah,
does
because it was
physical
like an
or
incumbent, right? So it was physical, but now it's moving online. Whereas the
Yeah,
others are online, but now they're moving physical. So
physical.
you're
Yeah,
sort of seeing a hybrid model for everybody. That's what everyone's aiming for. But they've landed up in the same place. But
same place.
I'm kind of like not convinced that CL Educate is entirely there, given the fact that if you had a robust online model, uh, robust online models are always scalable. They're
Yes,
always able to market their product online, and people buy courses online, and there is no physical interface as well, right? Um, Whereas now the new age companies are realizing that you need some offline as well, but you're still able
yes.
to mass sell online. For CL Educate, they've not been able to mass sell online because जा जाके उनका revenue is how much for FY23?
It's just around 300 crores.
Whereas Byju's is how much?
Byju's is around
15,000 crore.
15,000 crores this year.
So, like, look at the differential where Byju's was, I don't know when it was launched, but it was launched as an online first, maybe? No, actually, I don't know the history. It could have been
It
launched
was
as
like
offline first also.
Yeah, Byju's
offline,
was
nahi.
also online
It
only.
was as a class, like a tuition for
Yeah, all
school-going
of these,
it's
kids.
even
like
physics wala started like that only. Na? It was first like a
even
one-man
our
army, started tuitions, and then,
yeah,
yeah.
even
No,
Then
our
no,
it
but
first
for
batch
expanded.
was
kindergarten and school-going kids, it was for that first, Byju's.
Actually, it's a wrong example. I think the online seeded ones are those like Unacademy and the Ronnie
yeah.
Screwvala one, Upgrade, or even White
Upgrade.
Hat Junior. So these
Yeah.
had online
Yeah,
platforms first, and those weren't like teachers starting out and then becoming really big.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
but even all those three, like whether it's White Hat Junior or whether it is an academy, Vedantu, all of these, they still have like revenues in the thousands of crores, despite having started only in the maybe late 2000s or early whatever 2020s or just before COVID.
Just before
Whereas this guy is like 25 years old and still the
30,
revenue is only like 300 crore.
300.
Right?
More than 25 years, na?
It's 30
Yeah,
years now. It
yeah.
started, yeah. It's almost
So
But that
Byju's,
too, out
you
of
remember that?
300 crores, 60% is only edtech. So
yeah,
roughly like 150, 160 crores you're talking about versus like the others, which are so much more massive.
15,000.
So that's why I think that when it comes to like scaling or building a robust online model, CL Educate hasn't been able to do that. So there are like usually you look at companies in two ways, right? There is one where either tech is centric to your business and operations and survival, or tech is ancillary and supportive to what you do. So whereas the other companies fall in the former bracket, CL Educate clearly uses tech just to enhance the existing offerings. So it's not
Yes.
really an online first model.
Yeah, it is a major offline first model.
Yeah. So while
But
they
it
may
is
call
still
themselves ed tech, it is ed first and tech later, while the rest of them may be tech first and ed later.
add later.
अचानक इतना सन्नाटा क्यों हो
So, moving forward.
Yeah, and hence while all these other companies trade at extreme, not trade at, but have raised funding at ridiculous valuations. You have CL Educate, which trades at all of 1.5 times trailing revenue.
Trailing revenue, which is nothing as compared to the peers. The peers are trading at around 12 to 20 times trailing revenue.
But at least they aren't burning VC cash, or are they?
Yeah, contrary to which CL is EBITDA positive, and even it has earned money for its shareholders.
Do you want to
Byju's
elaborate,
and AK.
Naman?
Yes.
This is not a
Naman,
reel. This is a podcast.
this is all you are, Naman Plus.
Because Laksh has not read the blog.
फिर
Yeah.
बहुत लक्ष्य नहीं यार, तो तेजस तू बोल कुछ।
मैं पढ़ के आया भाई।
अरे तो बोल ना कुछ, गिव इनपुट, पढ़ के तो मैं भी बोल सकता हूँ।
हाँ, like ask something, जैसे आंसर कर सकते हैं।
हाँ,
अभी तो तू इसका बोल पहले।
ये
What?
देखिए
वही
कि
पूछेगा।
इसका मस्त, तेजस का मस्त है, मेरे पे आने से पहले किसी और पे डाल देता हूँ ताकि मेरे पे आए ही नहीं। Hey, Naman, you continue here.
खेलो
Bro,
दिमाग से।
I'll get you on
Chalo,
this one
Naman.
thing. That's okay.
Move to financials. Chalo, you tell us the difference between the financials for क्या कर रहे हो? CL Educate, Byju's and the others, and हाँ बस. But before
So,
that,
CL
Hey,
Educate.
quiz.
चल this is for नहीं
लक्ष्य आएगा अभी मुंह से, और कोई आता ही नहीं है।
What is the name of the
Aspect का
school?
क्वेश्चन है क्या?
What
नहीं
is-
पागल है क्या? What is
वो
the
तारक
name
मेहता
of
क्या?
the school? Yeah, that Tapu Sena goes to.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't know this. This one I don't know. What is it?
Mahatma Gandhi School. I think.
Oh.
I have to check. I think the college was called Mahatma Gandhi College.
College is to two as a recent. I don't think so. You must have watched that.
Now I've watched everything. I'm up to date. I follow on Reddit. Which means I'm from the same generation. I'm on Reddit, guys.
Whoa.
Okay.
So if you have to use Reddit to prove that you're from this generation, then I don't think so. Hey guys, I use Snapchat. I'm from your generation only.
Is that why Sagar started Snapchat?
Hey, I already had Snapchat. 1 second. पहले से था मेरे पास. मैसेज
Sagar was
we
one
were
of the
debating where Amravati is.
Yeah. No, but Sagar is one of the first users of Snapchat.
लक्ष्य
Good
जो है
one.
बस करने वाली है। सारे रुक जाते हैं। एस्ट्रल उठाने
हम-
दे मुझे बस।
I'm keeping a score here.
That's 2-1 for me. 2 from my side, 1 from my side.
1 कहाँ से आया? 2 ही है. 2-0 है अभी.
You gave na one of that Simbi one. That, oh, you didn't
Oh,
get
yeah.
it.
2-1.
But it's okay. It's all friendly guys over here. All friendly banter.
No.
Sagar
This
is
is
going to
going
get
out.
Mysore Pak for us from there.
Yeah. So, Naman, you want to tell us the difference between how
Yeah.
CL Educate operates and how the new age edtech companies operate?
So the new age.
And like you can bracket it down into those 5-6 parts, so it's more structured. Thank you.
like new age edtech companies basically operate on an asset light model. Matlab, they are more on the online or the selling the packages to the customers via site, whereas CL is more over the offline things ka segment. So it has how to like
There's a lot of property.
no
high
not
asset-
properties.
high
No,
asset,
not
model.
necessarily, but more of the offline part I would like to say, where the
But
students
that is
become
Rent
also
and all.
asset light only, right? Because
yeah,
CL Educate again has a franchise
Rent.
model on it.
Yeah.
franchise model on it. Yeah, so it earns
No, no. So they don't really operate it, right? It is operationally less intensive as well. They just give it out to someone who will own and run the franchise,
in the
and then
franchise.
they'll do a revenue share with them.
So
They're
the revenue
basically like
share is,
McDonald's.
yeah, but McDonald's do
McDonald's.
own the land and property. CL Educate
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they have a certain revenue share from the franchise owner. Like if the franchise owner is taking classes for MBAs, so it will be like a 80-20 split or a 75-25 split between the company and the franchisee owner. This is the model that they work on. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
We
convincing.
got that.
Go
You
ahead.
look thoda confident while saying it now.
Uh,
yeah,
Don't say it like you're
He's
asking a
waiting for
question.
he's waiting for a reaction from you guys, and you guys keep
yeah.
looking at it. तो क्या करेगा ये?
Glad.
I was like, हाँ ठीक है आगे क्या?
But there's no end. Naman, when you're saying
हाँ,
now,
Okay, so wait. Okay,
there's
I'll
no
tell
end
you
कुछ नहीं
guys.
here.
था.
So basically, point being that the difference is that these guys, I think that's a negative because while Career Launcher or CL Educate will have to operate a operationally intensive model, which is directly linked to the effort put in and the time that is spent on teaching students. It is a very linear model. Whereas for the other guys, it's a non-linear model. एक बार कोर्स बना दिया है प्लेटफॉर्म बना दिया फिर वो कितने भी स्टूडेंट्स अटेंड कर सकते हैं देयर इज नो कैप ऑन दैट बट I mean, from a financial perspective, it is negative for CL Educate, but whereas at the same time, CL Educate has that level of personalization,
Yeah.
custom solutions, attention, presence, physical presence, and all of that. तो उसकी वजह से obviously their stickiness will be higher, word of mouth will be higher, people will
But
prefer that, blah blah.
this will come over the years, no? As people are now shifting to more of the offline classes rather than the online classes. CL Educate would have a higher hand on these other edtech players, which have now
Not
realized that now we
necessarily.
have to start moving to the offline classes as well.
But
So
हाँ,
when
but
it
they'll
if
have a
you see,
hybrid मतलब they'll have both models running parallelly, right?
exactly.
But CL Educate doesn't kind of have that yet. It's just like
Plus,
physical.
plus, if you
uh-huh.
see physics, like if you take him physics wala, he went into Kota and he's made one of the biggest facilities over there in Kota. So I don't think so. It's going to be like an issue for these big players to get like a physical presence because they have the money. Like they have the money, they have backing from that.
No,
But I
but
think
what
the
they do in
upper
the
that CL
process
Educate,
is, sorry.
the upper end that CL Educate has is that personalized attention हर एक स्टूडेंट को जो मिलेगा
हाँ,
उसकी
but
वजह
that
से
even the rest
रिजल्ट
of
बेटर
them
आएगा.
can do ना दूसरे ने
Yeah,
भी
the,
अगर अगर कल फिजिक्स वाला भी वो
exactly.
सेंटर खोल दिया कोटा में तो वो भी वही करेगा ना पर्सनल अटेंशन ही देगा
But
the
physics,
only
yeah,
difference
exactly.
comes is where because all these startups have a lot of money and they're very well funded they they're very focused and there is a very clear focus right in terms of aggression gaining market share gaining revenue or not even revenue but a customer base but not focusing on how much money they're getting from each customer how much is the
Mm.
profitability whether the center is
Yeah,
working or
that's
not
true. That's
so
true.
they end up spending a lot in setting up centers because they want to show 500 sector setup kiya 1000 kiya 2000 kiya
Yeah.
but are they viable economically? Probably not. Are they operating at peak utilization? Probably not. Are
No.
they profitable? Probably not. So that's where the difference comes, where big is not necessarily good. But sorry, but
Sorry.
even
Yeah.
despite its small size, CL Educate performs better.
Better, which is seen in the financials.
Yeah.
Like
So
CL Educate, if even
so
if we take the tech business, acha,
no, no,
No,
now
no,
ask.
he's just saying he's cracking.
In
अरे
this
यार.
matter, size does not matter.
Yeah, performance matters. Size doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. And personality.
That's what she said.
Personality too.
Guys, it's
It's
PG,
okay.
PG
They have
18.
a good personality.
हाँ.
Go on.
But if we see the price to sales ratio of CL Educate and its peers, if we just take the edtech segment of CL Educate, it is currently trading at 1.5 times price to sales, whereas Byju's and other competitors like Upgrad and Vedantu, they are currently, if we just calculate the last earnings and to the recent valuations, they are trading to about 12 to 20 times to the price to sales multiple.
So then, basically, CL is a fraction of the size of the others, but its performance is still much better compared to others. So in terms of like profitability, right? Like everybody's grown very large in terms of revenue and stuff, but nobody's even come close to profitability. So
Yeah.
everybody, because of this extreme aggression, being very well funded, etc., they're burning a lot of money. So, and the largest component that any startup has is the cost of acquiring a customer, which is called CAC. So there's a very large difference in CAC between CL Educate and the others, which makes CL Educate much more profitable. Difference being,
A typically funded startup spends around 170 rupees to earn rupees 100 in revenue, whereas CL Educate is just spending about 80 rupees
To
to
get a
earn
revenue of 100.
100 rupees in revenue. Yeah, so here's the difference.
so ideally it should be below 100, right? Like intuitively,
Below
I mean, for you to make a profit. But
Yeah.
so while CL Educate has a EBITDA margin or operating profit margin of 20%, the rest of them are just um, negative,
Losses.
whatever.
EBITDA negative. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a question now. They're spending money as in for the advertisement or what? 170 rupees?
Branding, ads. So it's
He's
not
meant,
only that. No, 170 to theek hai. That's customer acquisition cost can. There are various ways of classifying it, but in general, the expenses are higher, and those can be. One form is obviously the CAC, which is advertising, branding, spending on Indian cricket team पे डाल दिया अपना, बहुत कुछ कर दिया, right? Or giving
Okay.
deep discounts. So
Okay.
all of that shit. And the other component is also that suddenly, because of the rise in the edtech sector, there's a lot of demand for teachers. Right?
Yeah.
Uh, and these guys usually start picking up quality teachers from the incumbents like Career Launcher for 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x the salary.
I think
Right? Because
on
they can afford to spend that money.
that I think Ronnie
Uh,
Screwvala or someone he had mentioned no that they are being paid like $1 million or something on Nikhil Kamat's podcast. I don't know if he's the same
oh,
guy, if he's Ronnie Screwvala, but he had mentioned
they are
that
burning.
like there are a few teachers in Kota being paid like $1 million a year, and all of it is VC money.
yeah,
Like
because
most,
a lot of students tend to study with the popularized teachers, right?
yeah,
So if you get a chance, there's a normal teacher who's teaching the same subject, and there's a popular teacher who's taught over 1,000 students. So you tend to choose the more popular one.
yeah,
So
that's true.
that
हाँ,
is
बट
where the
इतना
most,
पैसा दे रहे हैं क्योंकि खुद का पैसा नहीं है, जला हो.
हाँ,
but चल रहा
yeah,
है पैसा, हाँ, basically.
it's quite a cash burning.
Sagar is swiping left and right.
No, so that also impacts like the cost for Career Launcher, right? So for everybody in the system, if they start increasing supply, but that is changing now. I think a lot of the startups were very well funded between 2020 and 2022, but
Yeah,
then now
because
after the funding crunch, everybody is sort of, because
lockdown.
lockdown and the pickup happened.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but now since everyone's focusing back on sustainability and profitability, uh, the salaries are coming off. Like the atrocious salaries are coming off at least.
but I think another thing where this CL Educate is maintaining its margin is because of the other segment which it's working on, the Martech segment, which is basically enterprise solutions and the uh, metaverse which the
Oh,
company does. So the
Metaverse is very small. Yeah, that is
yeah,
so
but
for majority of its business is event management. Basically, what they do
yeah,
is they when some corporate wants to set up, say, a seminar, or they want to do a event for the distributors, or they want to do an event for the suppliers, or whatever, right? Or they just want to do an event for their customers. So they'll help manage the entire event. Basically, it's just an event management company.
Event
So
management
50% of
company.
its revenue comes from physical and virtual events. So they don't only have physical events, but they also like set up webinars या फिर ऐसे online कोई event करना है at a global scale. So they do those. And
Yeah,
the
those
rest
are
of
the
the revenue
expert
comes from,
40% of the revenue comes from this segment.
yeah.
So even let's say if we talk about the balance sheet, currently CL Educate has about 100 odd crores lying uh, as cash. Is Sagar blocked? Sagar's hearing.
No, he's
Huh.
क्या हाँ से
You were frozen. Yeah.
Huh. So out of the 400 crores of its market cap, 100 करोड़ तो उसके पास कैश पड़ा है.
Okay.
and what is it for
And
the others? Like if it's 25% for this guy, what is it for the others?
like it, we cannot find it for others, no, because all the other edtech
But
giants
in
are not
any way,
listed.
the others are, so this one is free cash flow generative, right? It generates, it
Yeah.
is profitable, it generates free cash, and that is the cash that is sitting on the balance sheet. दूसरों का it doesn't matter. तो तुम्हें 10,000 करोड़ दे, 1 लाख करोड़ दे, अगर तुम बर्न ही करने वाले हो, जलाने वाले हो, तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
प्रॉफिट ही नहीं है तो कैश कैसे रहेगा उनके पास?
It's
So
just
even
VC.
this case, right? There was this company which we've written about in this one. So Teachment. So there was a time when Teachment raised like $78 million or something, making its total amount raised to about 120 million. ऐसे कुछ था Series B के time पे at a
500 ना?
ridiculous 500 million
हाँ.
valuation, but its revenue was only 80 lakh. उसका
Okay.
वो साल में अदर इनकम 12 करोड़ का था. और अदर इनकम क्या था पता है? ये इंटरेस्ट ऑन डिपॉजिट्स, कैश डिपॉजिट्स.
Lol.
So that was the situation. So basically, cash sitting on books, when he says it's not about how much cash you have because someone gave it to you, but how you acquired the cash and how you utilize the cash, right? Because at the end of it, CL Educate has an ROCE which is positive,
Which is
whereas
positive.
you can't. The others have a ROCE which is negative because when you don't have profitability, your ROCE is obviously negative.
Yeah, and the company is also giving back to its shareholders. So company announced a buyback of rupees 10 crores in FY23, and in FY24 it has also announced a buyback of 15 crores. अरे यार, I read it somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, continue. So basically, the dividend yield comes to about 3.7%.
3.7%. Yeah.
Yeah. So other than the capital appreciation or price appreciation that can happen, shareholders will additionally get a 3.7% return, which sounds like a good deal. Which obviously can't happen in the new age companies, right? Because dividend तो घंटा profit ही नहीं है तो dividend कहाँ से
Yes.
आएगा?
VC का पैसा लेके बांट दो investors में.
But which is what this one is like, na? Matlab, it's not doing that, but Car Dekho, it has cash on its books because of its last round of funding and because of the IPO proceeds. And it doesn't have anywhere to spend it. So it is now looking for acquisitions and stuff. But अगर वो dividend दिया, तो वही हुआ कि VC का पैसा लो and distribute that as dividend.
बट आई डोंट गेट द पॉइंट. अगर उनको मालूम नहीं कि वो फंड किस में यूज करना है तो व्हाई डिड दे स्टार्ट एन आईपीओ?
No, IPOs also to sort of get publicity, get listed. It's a milestone for a lot of people. You also end up getting a certain valuation. You can raise debt after that if you want to, because then your valuation and price discovery happen. And because a lot of the earlier investors need an exit, as simple as that. And if you've raised a
Okay.
million rounds of funding, the only one left is public money. तो पहले का माल जो है वो चिपकाओ पब्लिक को और फिर निकल जाओ खुद.
Do you think
Okay.
these all Byju's and all are going, the Byju's no, but like Physics Wala and all of these people are going to do the same thing? At
हाँ
some
आएगा ही
point.
ना IPO कभी ना कभी at some point. But I think a lot of at least these new age companies have realized that जैसा VCs या private equity को चूतिया बनाते थे, वैसा you can't do with the public markets.
Public, yeah.
Because the options available for public markets are, and that's the thing I think they don't get, that if I am an investor today, if I don't like something, मैं एक बटन दबाएगा वो माल बेच के निकल जाएगा.
Correct.
That does not happen with private investors, right? So private investors stick around despite whatever happens and despite bad performance because illiquid है. और चिपकाना तो अपने में ही चिपकाना है. वो IIT बॉम्बे का बंदा मैट्रिक्स में भी बैठा है, लाइटस्पीड में भी बैठा है, कलीग है, उसको चिपका दो, काम खत्म. That's how it works right now. So like a lot of valuation sanity comes when you get listed here, and for a fund manager, that's the thing, right? Why will I bear with some company which is not performing, which is dilutive to my portfolio, when I have like 5,000 other options? So I will never give it that price, and hence the valuation keeps coming off. So yeah, I think everybody will, but at saner valuations and price points compared to what VCs have made them.
Correct.
Or they'll come at a high price point and erode in value by 50%. तो जो IPO में पैसा डालेंगे उनका थोड़ा बहुत listing gain आएगा, फिर गया नीचे. Same story has happened everywhere, right? Look at any internet stock which got listed, Zomato, Paytm, any stock that got listed. There were listing gains, then it became 50-60% lower, and then from there now it's again finding some value, and that too because it started focusing on profitability and पहला EBITDA दिखाया और पहला पैट दिखाया और वो सब कर रहा है, तो अभी आ रहा है कहीं जाके.
This is a nice part, yeah, but Naman, why look in the camera, na Naman.
I am.
वो पड़ रहा है बाजू में.
नहीं, you know how you are, Naman. You look like this, bro.
हाँ, exactly.
ऐसा.
You.
अब
देखिए कैमरा में.
Yeah. Now it looks like you're talking.
Camera की. You all were to the left of my laptop का screen.
हाँ, but make sure that you look.
हाँ, because उसने screen split किया और आगे screen में उसने vlog चालू किया है.
हाँ.
नमन को डोज देना पड़ेगा vlog का इसके बाद.
Okay, so future of CL Educate. ये सब difference similarity तो हो गया. So clearly CL Educate seems to be better in terms of sustainability and business model. But like for it to, your argument of there is a 10, it trades at a 1/10 valuation compared to the others. For it to be bridged, it also has to grow that fast, right? It also has to exhibit that month-on-month high growth, year-on-year high growth and stuff like that. So what do you think are the levers for growth for CL Educate that will drive its growth in the future?
So currently there are two pillars of growth that the company is working on. First one is basically known as the CUET examinations, which started in India for all the undergraduate courses programs. So the CUET full form is like the Common University Entrance Test, which is similar for all UG universities. It started in 2020 to 2023. So CL Educate managed to clock 11 crores of revenue in 22-23 with only 13,000 students. Now
that is out of how much?
17 lakh.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it just 9.6 lakhs in 2022. And the CUET registrations, like the number of students appearing for CUET, doubled from 9.6 lakhs in 2022 to about 19 lakhs in 2023. And it also shows a potential to increase upwards of 40 lakhs in the next 3 to 5 years. So to cope up with the demand, to cope up with the demand, the company is planning to add 100 plus physical centers plus exam coaching classes all over the
So
country.
every year it will add about 100, right? So it has to. So the plan is to go from 100 to 170 to 500. So every year they plan on adding about 100, so that they get to that target.
Around a 3-year expansion. This is like
so
over 3 years.
Plus, it's like a new thing, right? Like right now, like inaugural year for this exam was 2022. So it's like a very
Yeah.
new thing, and the adoption is very wild. So if the adoption has to increase 4x, even if you assume constant market share for CL, uh,
Yeah.
which is an early mover, so you can actually expect market share gains. But even if you expect ki market share same rahega, even then revenue from this only can result in like 4x revenue, right? So like the 13 crore revenue can 13 11 crore revenue can
Yeah,
easily go to 45 50 crore. Um, and on a total revenue base of 300 crores, that's a large number
that's a large.
from a new segment entirely.
That's like 20%.
Yeah.
And the other segment which they're working on is the student mobility segment. So they've started those counselors, which I mean, students
Career
come to help
counselors.
to them. Yeah, career counselors, not career counselors. The student mobility counselors, where they
Study abroad counselors.
study abroad. Yeah, so you go to a counselor, you be like, "Hey, I need to go to study to some X country." So
Advice, basically.
advice, yeah.
Yes.
So they do all
Yeah.
of this.
What's up?
So they currently have 15 dedicated centers for that, and a tie-up with 2,500 universities.
Abroad.
And they've also planned to open around 100 more franchisee centers over the next 3 years.
And where is this concentrated highly? Like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore.
Uh, no,
Don't ask
that
tough
data is not.
questions. गूगल कर दो फालतू क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है
फालतू भी है अभी उसमें. Value addition to the voucher, no? So why not? But okay, fine.
Yeah. So basically, the crux I think is that growth comes from not only center expansion but also from product expansion, right? Because from center खोल के भी you can increase the yield of the center by introducing new products there.
Hmm.
So like a combination of center expansion and product expansion both lead to like a good place. So that's happening, and then obviously like the other levers are there, marketing business and online opportunity and all that jazz. So in short, like the test prep market is expected to grow at like a 25% CAGR from 2023 to 2030. But with that market tailwind, if you add more products and expand more aggressively in terms of network, then obviously your growth can top that as well. So
Wow.
even industry growth, if it achieves, it is sexy growth, especially when it trades at 1.5 times trailing revenue. Yeah.
And that's
That's
So
it.
a wrap.
that's it.
No. So there are two arguments for the valuation. Sorry, then we'll wrap. One is that compared to edtech peers, it appears cheaper because it trades at one tenth the valuation for high growth and whatever. But you can't argue that it can trade at the same valuations because it is not scalable. It does not have that much operating leverage. It is not that aggressive. It is not that large and all of that. But so you can believe that the company can get a valuation discount compared to the others, right? Now, anything that you do, like 25 50% discount, 75% discount, anything above below 90% discount, if you assume that CL Educate gets, there is an upside on the stock. Clearly. From that angle. The other angle is that compared to public markets or compared to other listed companies that we look at normally, even compared to that, if you assume that this company will grow even at industry uh, numbers, which is 25% CAGR, still you're getting the stock with 20% margins, with positive ROC, with 20-25% cash on its books compared to market cap, 3.7% dividend yield. At forward valuations of, or forget forward, trailing valuations of 1.5 times sales, 14 times EV EBITDA, and how much P? 20 times.
No, no. Do you need trailing?
Yeah.
Yes.
A trailing PE of 14 and a half times. Like.
पक्का वो EV EBITDA था, but yeah, okay.
वही है यार.
Loving this blogger.
That's same.
So yeah, for that kind of growth, 25% CAGR on example for revenue industry के लिए, I'm assuming if they perform in line with industry and do clock that growth, it appears like, whatever, cheap.
Whatever.
But I like how I've ended the blog. I'll tell you the statement. We can end the podcast with the same line. It says, unlike the cutoffs for MBA entrance exams, if your answer is anything below 90%, you've found yourself an upside for CL Educate. And that 90% means anything, like if you believe that the discount CL Educate should get compared to its peers, if it's below 90%, then you've got upside.
Got it.
You only say this. Nah, right now I'm so done. My confidence level is so low.
That's
So below the well.
Already बोल दिया, अब क्या बोलना है?
खत्म हो गया podcast.
It's a wrap.
Wrap.